What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I had to do this video. Look, I get a lot of emails, a lot of DMs. A lot of them I cannot, just physically for lack of time, because I also have a business to run, I can't respond to. But there's some of them that I have to, and you guys know I do these videos from time to time. So let's get into this, because this is bad. All right, boys, so let me just go ahead and paint a picture for you, and I'm not gonna name names, and I'm not gonna show the car, just because I'm not that guy most of the time. There has come a point, and there will come a point where I have to be that guy, but today's not that day. So let's go ahead and get into what we're dealing with. So you guys know I try to do a good variety of videos here on the channel, and there's guys that know a crap ton more than me that watch the channel, and there's guys that know very, very little, many of whom are younger and you know, trying to get into the Fox body game, trying to learn as much as they can, doing their due diligence. And you know, for those guys, I say, you know, we do our best to help out any way we can. So long story short, younger guy, works his ass off, saved up a pretty sizable amount of money for a young guy on a budget, and bought a car. And I'll go ahead and say that he paid $10,000 for his first Fox body. He wanted to do a build, and you know, wanted to restore this car. And like I said, 10 grand is not chump change, guys. You know, especially when you save your ass off while paying all your other bills. $10,000 for somebody that doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of money is a lot of money. And I felt really bad for this guy. So he sends me an email, says, hey, I bought this car for $10,000. I thought it was really nice, and here's what I found, you know, once I got the car home and started going through it. And it's bad. This guy got took. And I don't say that lightly. He got took. And I didn't want to tell him that, because after knowing the story, he got screwed. And it's wrong for sellers to do that. All right, let's continue. So this car had multiple things that were hidden from him, intentionally, not the seller was in the dark or anything like that. Like, the guy that sold this car knew. He knew these problems existed. And you know, I get pissed off. Like the seller knew. And if he didn't know, he was a complete moron. Multiple problems. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to stay cool about this. There's absolutely no way, I'll just say that he didn't know what was going on with this car. And I'll just go ahead and say on the front end, to purposely screw somebody, especially somebody younger, to take advantage of somebody younger that just, like, they're very excited about the car, and they won't, you know, they're looking for, you know, maybe their very first hot rod to buy. To purposely do that makes you a pretty shitty person. And I hate to say that, but there are shitty people out there in the world. So there's a few things that I want to go over to help you guys not have to deal with this. Because, again, there are shitty people out there that think it's okay to screw people, and they feel like it's okay to take people's money and, you know, ghost them after the fact. That's just wrong. It's just wrong on many different levels. And I'm going to tell you, karma is a mother, and it will come back to bite you. So I'm going to give you guys a few things to help you out not let this happen to you. All right, so let me say this first and foremost. There's no video I can do, or Brutal, or Dan from Neo Mustangs, that can tell you everything you need to look at. Look, it takes a trained eye, and you know, guys like us have been doing this 25 plus years. There's nothing I can tell you in any video that's gonna help keep you from getting screwed, but there are a few things, which is what we're gonna cover. The number one thing I'm gonna say, if you don't really know, take somebody with you who does. And I'm not saying your buddy. Guys, look, I'm not gonna go buy a 69 Camaro or a 70 Nova or something I don't know jack about without taking somebody with me. I'm gonna find somebody and say, hey bro, you know about these cars, I know you know about these cars. Other people's time is valuable. Shoot them $50. Buy them a 12 pack of beer and a pizza. Just say, hey, will you come look at this car and tell me what I'm looking at? End of story. If I don't know what I'm looking at, I'm gonna take somebody with me who does. All right, so number 4, and these are in no real particular order. Number 4, I'm gonna pay attention to the ad. Okay, if you read the ad, dude spells everything wrong, and you notice it's the middle of summer, but the pictures, all the grass is dead, maybe there's snow on the ground. Guess what? Those are old ass pictures. Why is he posting old ass pictures? If he's posting pictures from the ad where he bought the car, another red flag. If you can read in the ad things that are probably not true, like if he says it has a 411 gear, guess what? It doesn't have a 411 gear unless it's got a 9-inch. Most of these cars don't have 9 inches retrofitted to them, because you can't get a 411 gear for an 8.8. Stuff like that. If it says it's got a top loader 4-speed, no, it doesn't. Read the ad very, very carefully. If there's a lot of stuff that you know just isn't true in the ad, judging from the pictures and just things that you know, guess what? If it was just washed, if the car's wet in every picture, or if it's got Snapchat screenshots for pictures in the ad, guess what? You need to be very careful. I ain't saying that's something that would say don't buy the car, but it is a red flag. And you need to have your radar bullshit sirens up. Number 3, if the car has been for sale for a long time, another red flag. Guys, look, anytime you post anything Fox Body related for sale in Marketplace or anywhere else, they typically sell pretty damn fast. And if the car's been for sale for a long time, that's a red flag. Simply because the car is not as described, or the price is way too high, or the owner's covering things up. Either way, if that car's been for sale for a long time, that's your red flag. Something isn't right. Be very careful, or possibly just don't waste your time. All right, so number 2, you get there to actually look at the car, and all the stories start changing from the ad. Guess what? You probably just wasted your time. And that's a pretty good indication that you may need to move on. So if he starts saying, well, it was running, even though the ad says the car runs and drives, but blah, 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 guess what? Or it didn't have a dent in all the pictures, and all of a sudden it's got a dent, and he starts him-hawing around. Another red flag, guys. Your bullshit radar has got to be on point when you're looking at these things. They're 30 freaking years old. I mean, your bullshit meter needs to be on point. So if the stories start changing and things aren't looking like they did in the ad, not so rosy, guess what? Probably time to walk away. All right, and the number 1 thing, if an individual is making a lot of claims about a car, which is what happened with the vehicle that spawned this video, he should be able to prove it. Okay, if it's got a new T56 in it, you ought to be able to climb under that car and see a freshly cast T56 under it. If it's got a 347, I want to see paperwork. Why do I want to see paperwork? Because guess what? You can't pull the oil pan off that engine to see if the block's been machined for that crank. If it's got heads on it, you ought to be able to look in there and say, yeah, heads. If he's got port work, oh, they're ported, they're hogged out, the heads, the intake, whatever. I want to see paperwork, because guess what? He knows you can't pull the heads off or the intake to see if it's actually been ported. If it's got some kind of crazy cam or whatever, I want to see some receipts. I want to see something that says it's actually got what he says it has. You guys, look, they can say it's got a $1,000 clutch in it, but he knows you're not going to pull the trans to see it. He can say the rear end's been built within an inch of its life with a Detroit locker and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? He knows you're not going to pull the cover, and you probably couldn't even tell by, you know. My point is, anything that they're going to use to inflate the price, like a built motor or ported heads or all these other things, I want to see paperwork, because he knows that's not something you can inspect, and that you're probably going to find after the fact, which is what happened in this case. You're not going to be able to see it. So, and by that time, he's got your money, he spent it, and he's going to ghost you in the DMs. So that would be number one. Guys, I hope that helps. Like I said at the beginning of the video, no video is going to tell you everything you need to know. But I feel like I've compiled, just from our experience, the best tips and tricks to help you not get bent over. Again, the gentleman that sent me the email that spawned this video, he got bent over bad, and he's out a lot of money, and he's got a pile of shit, and that pisses me off. Look, you don't get anywhere in life screwing people over, and karma will come back, and it will bite you in the ass. Just be honest with people. If you got a pile of junk, don't try to make a bunch of money on it by screwing people. That's just wrong on so many different levels, and it says a lot about the type of person you are. Follow the tips in this video, and there's a very small likelihood that you'll get screwed. I feel like do your best, guys. These cars are old. They've been passed around a lot. They've been beat on. They've been rode hard and put away wet. It's very, very, very hard to tell everything. But I feel like, again, if you follow these tips and tricks, you'll probably be okay. Read the seller very well. You know, you'll be able to tell an honest guy. Look at the description. If it's a very honest description, and you know, the flaws mentioned, there's pictures of it, hey, that guy's being upfront and honest. So read the ads well, just, you know, look at the pictures well, and you know, you'll be able to read a lot from the messages you get back from the seller. If they're straight up, they're forthright, they're honest, chances are the car is as described, and you'll be okay. So guys, I hope that helps. I appreciate you guys reaching out in the emails and stuff. I'm sorry I can't respond to all of them, you know, in the DMs, but I hope that helps. Don't get taken. Be very cautious before you lay out your hard-earned money, because we work hard for our money, and hopefully you'll get a good ride. Get busy with your project. So big thumbs up if that helps. We'll catch you on the next one.